Lesson 1: Overcoming Language Barriers.
Hi Anna, have you ever faced any language barriers in your life?
Hi John. Yes, I have. At times, it was challenging, but I found ways to overcome them. How about you?
Absolutely. Language barriers can be difficult, but they can also be opportunities for growth and learning. How did you tackle them?
I made an effort to improve my language skills by taking language classes and practicing with native speakers. It helped me gain confidence.
That's impressive. Actively seeking opportunities to learn and practice is key to overcoming language barriers. Did you face any specific challenges?
One challenge I faced was understanding native speakers who spoke quickly. I practiced listening and gradually got better at catching the nuances.
I can relate to that. Fast-paced conversations can be daunting. I found that actively listening and asking for clarification when needed helped me.
That's a great approach. Asking for clarification shows your willingness to learn and ensures better understanding. Any other strategies you used?
I also used visual aids, such as gestures and facial expressions, to aid in communication. It helped convey my message when words fell short.
Nonverbal communication is essential. It adds depth to our conversations and can bridge gaps when language alone isn't enough. Any other tips?
Immersion played a significant role in improving my language skills. Surrounding myself with native speakers and practicing in real-life situations made a difference.
Immersion is powerful indeed. Being in an environment where the language is spoken naturally accelerates our learning. Any final thoughts on this?
Embrace language barriers as opportunities for growth. With patience, practice, and an open mind, we can overcome any obstacles in our language journey.
Lesson 2: Striking the balance, price versus quality.
Hi Anna, finding the right balance between price and quality is crucial, don't you think?
Hi John. Absolutely, it's important to consider both factors when making purchasing decisions. What approach do you usually take?
I tend to research and compare different options to ensure I get the best value for my money. How about you?
I'm the same way. I look for products or services that offer a good balance of quality and affordability. It's about making wise choices.
Wise choices indeed. Sometimes, opting for the cheapest option can lead to disappointment in terms of quality. Have you experienced that?
Yes, I have. There were instances where I went for the cheapest option, only to realize it didn't meet my expectations. Quality matters.
I completely agree. Quality often comes with a higher price tag, but it's worth it if it meets our needs and lasts longer. Any tips for finding that balance?
One tip is to read reviews and gather feedback from others who have used the product or service. It helps in making informed decisions.
That's a great suggestion. Hearing about others' experiences can give us insights into the quality and value of what we're considering. Any other factors you consider?
I also take into account warranties, return policies, and customer support. These factors contribute to the overall value of a purchase.
Excellent point. A reliable warranty and good customer support can add significant value, even if the initial price is slightly higher. Any final thoughts?
It's essential to remember that the right balance between price and quality may vary depending on individual needs and preferences. John, what's your take on this?
I agree. Everyone has different priorities, and it's important to find what works best for us. Striking the balance ensures satisfaction in the long run.
Lesson 3: Effective communication in a big organization.
Hi Anna, I wanted to discuss the challenge of communicating effectively in a big organization. It can be quite daunting.
Hi, John. You're right. Communicating with people at different levels can be challenging. What strategies do you use?
I try to adapt my communication style based on the person I'm talking to. It helps to understand their perspective.
That's a good approach. Being aware of different communication styles can foster better understanding. Any tips for handling superiors?
When communicating with superiors, I make sure to be concise, respectful, and focus on the key points they need to know.
Absolutely. Superiors often have limited time, so it's important to get to the point and provide relevant information. How about peers?
With peers, I aim for open and collaborative communication. I listen actively and share ideas to foster teamwork.
Collaboration is key. Sharing ideas and listening to others' perspectives can lead to innovative solutions. How about subordinates?
When communicating with subordinates, I strive to be approachable and provide clear instructions or guidance when needed.
That's important. Being approachable encourages open communication, and clear instructions help avoid misunderstandings. What about cross-department communication?
Cross-department communication requires active listening and effective collaboration. It's crucial to break down silos and share information.
Breaking down silos promotes synergy and ensures everyone is on the same page. Any challenges you've faced in this regard?
Sometimes, different departments may have their own jargon or technical terms. It's important to clarify and ensure mutual understanding.
That's true. Using plain language and asking for clarification when needed can bridge any communication gaps. How about virtual communication?
Virtual communication can be challenging, especially with remote teams. I make an effort to use video calls and written communication effectively to maintain connection.
Video calls help with nonverbal cues, and clear and concise written messages ensure effective communication. How do you handle misunderstandings?
When misunderstandings occur, I address them promptly and seek clarification from the other person to resolve any confusion.
Promptly addressing misunderstandings prevents further miscommunication and fosters a positive working relationship. Any final thoughts on effective communication in a big organization?
Effective communication is the foundation of a successful organization. It builds trust, fosters collaboration, and ensures everyone is aligned towards common goals.
Lesson 4: Contract Amendments and Final Review.
Hi Anna, I've made the amendments to the contract. I'll send it to you for a final review.
Hi John. That sounds great. I appreciate your effort in making the necessary changes. I'll carefully review it once I receive it.
Perfect. I made sure to address all the points we discussed earlier. I'm confident the new version reflects our agreement accurately.
That's reassuring to hear. Attention to detail is crucial in contract revisions. I'll thoroughly examine it to ensure everything is in order.
I trust your expertise in reviewing contracts. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or need further clarification.
Thank you. Clear communication is key during this process. I'll certainly reach out if anything requires clarification or adjustment.
Excellent. Collaboration and open communication are vital to creating a solid contract. Once you're satisfied, we can move forward with confidence.
Absolutely. It's important to have a contract that protects both parties and establishes clear expectations. I'll give it my full attention.
I appreciate your dedication to this. Your input and thoroughness ensure we have a strong and fair agreement. Take your time with the review.
Thank you for your trust. I'll make sure to provide timely feedback and suggestions for further improvement if needed.
Your expertise and insights are valuable. I eagerly await your review and input. Let's work together to finalize this contract successfully.
I'm equally committed to this. I'll make every effort to review the contract promptly and provide my feedback. Our teamwork will lead to a positive outcome.
I have no doubt about that. I appreciate your professionalism and dedication in bringing this contract to completion. I look forward to your response.
Lesson 5: Unleashing the Potential, Exploring Influencer Marketing.
Hi Anna, have you ever tried leveraging technology through influencer marketing?
Hi John. Yes, I have. It's a powerful strategy that can help businesses reach a wider audience. Have you explored it as well?
Absolutely. Influencer marketing has become increasingly popular in recent years. It's a way to tap into the influence of individuals with large followings. What's been your experience?
I've found that collaborating with influencers can boost brand awareness and engagement. Their authentic recommendations resonate with their followers.
That's impressive. Finding influencers whose values align with your brand can make a significant impact. How do you identify the right influencers?
Research is key. I look for influencers who cater to my target audience and have an engaged following. Quality over quantity matters in this case.
I agree. Engaged followers are more likely to trust the influencer's recommendations. Have you seen a positive return on investment from influencer marketing?
Yes, I have. By tracking metrics like website traffic, conversions, and social media engagement, I can measure the impact of influencer collaborations.
That's excellent. Being able to quantify the results helps in assessing the effectiveness of influencer marketing campaigns. How do you approach the collaboration process?
It's important to establish clear expectations and goals from the beginning. Building a good relationship with the influencer and ensuring transparency is crucial.
Building a strong relationship is indeed vital. It fosters trust and authenticity in the collaboration. Have you faced any challenges with influencer marketing?
One challenge is finding the right fit. It's essential to choose influencers who genuinely resonate with your brand values and target audience.
I can see how that would be a challenge. Authenticity is key to the success of influencer partnerships. Any final thoughts on influencer marketing?
Influencer marketing can be a valuable tool when used strategically. It's important to continuously evaluate and adapt your approach to stay relevant.
Well said. Thank you for sharing your insights. Influencer marketing has the potential to unlock new opportunities and connect businesses with their audience in meaningful ways.
Lesson 6: The right choice, navigating the world of pens.
Hi Anna, choosing a pen can be overwhelming with so many options available. Any suggestions on how to decide?
Hi John. I understand the dilemma. When selecting a pen, consider factors like comfort, ink quality, and the purpose you'll be using it for. What are your preferences?
Comfort is definitely important. I prefer pens with a good grip and a smooth writing experience. Do you have any recommendations for comfortable pens?
Absolutely. Pens with ergonomic designs and rubber grips tend to provide a comfortable writing experience. Brands like Uniball and Pilot offer such options.
That's helpful. I'll look into those brands. What about ink quality? I want a pen that writes smoothly and doesn't smudge easily.
For smooth writing and minimal smudging, gel pens or rollerball pens are great choices. They offer a consistent flow of ink and vibrant colors.
Gel pens and rollerball pens it is. I'll keep an eye out for those. Are there any specific brands known for their ink quality?
Yes, brands like Sakura, Pentel, and Pilot are known for their high-quality ink. They provide a pleasant writing experience and reliable performance.
Excellent. I'll check out those brands and their offerings. Now, let's talk about the purpose. Should I consider different pens for different tasks?
It can be beneficial to have different pens for different tasks. For example, a fine tip pen is great for precise writing, while a bold pen is ideal for highlighting.
I see the value in having a variety of pens. It ensures I have the right tool for different situations. Any other factors I should consider?
It's also worth considering the price and value for money. Some pens may be pricier, but they offer durability and long-lasting performance.
Price and value are important considerations. I'll make sure to find a balance between quality and affordability. Thank you for your guidance.
Lesson 7: Navigating Negotiations, Maximizing Benefits.
Hi Anna, I've been offered a new job, and I want to negotiate benefits like medical insurance and a housing allowance. Any tips on how to approach it?
Hi John. Congratulations on the new job offer. When negotiating benefits, it's important to research industry standards and highlight your value to the company. Have you done your homework?
Yes, I've done some research on standard benefits packages. I want to make sure I'm well prepared before entering the negotiation. Any specific strategies I should keep in mind?
Absolutely. Start by focusing on the value you bring to the company and how you can contribute to its success. Then, express your needs and expectations regarding benefits.
That makes sense. By emphasizing my value, I can demonstrate why I deserve the benefits I'm requesting. How should I approach negotiating medical insurance?
Firstly, gather information about the company's current medical insurance plans. Then, present any specific needs or concerns you have regarding coverage and inquire about the possibility of customizing the plan.
Customizing the plan to cater to my specific needs sounds like a good approach. I'll make sure to communicate my requirements effectively. And what about negotiating a housing allowance?
When negotiating a housing allowance, research the cost of living in the area where the company is located. Present this information and explain how a housing allowance would help you maintain a good work-life balance.
Good point. Demonstrating the impact of a housing allowance on my well-being and productivity can strengthen my negotiation position. Are there any other benefits I should consider negotiating?
It depends on your priorities and the company's policies. Some other benefits to consider negotiating include retirement plans, flexible working hours, and professional development opportunities.
Retirement plans, flexible hours, and professional development are definitely important to me. I'll make sure to discuss these benefits during the negotiation process. Thank you for your guidance.
Lesson 8: Dinner Plans.
Hi Anna, I've been thinking about dinner tonight. How about making pasta? It's one of my favorites.
Hi John. Pasta sounds delicious. What kind of pasta were you thinking of making?
I was thinking of making spaghetti with tomato sauce and meatballs. It's a classic and always satisfying.
That sounds perfect. I love a good spaghetti and meatballs. Do we have all the ingredients we need?
Yes, I checked the pantry, and we have everything we need. We have pasta, tomato sauce, ground beef, and spices.
Great! I can help with the preparation. Should we start by making the meatballs?
That sounds like a plan. Let's mix the ground beef with breadcrumbs, egg, minced garlic, and some Italian seasoning.
Sounds delicious. I'll shape the mixture into meatballs while you heat the pan with some olive oil.
Perfect. Once the pan is hot, we can brown the meatballs on all sides until they're cooked through.
While the meatballs are cooking, I'll start boiling the water for the spaghetti. How long should we cook the pasta?
The spaghetti usually takes around 10 minutes to cook. We want it al dente, so it's not too soft.
Got it. I'll keep an eye on the spaghetti to make sure it doesn't overcook. What about the tomato sauce?
We can heat the tomato sauce in a separate saucepan and add some herbs and spices for extra flavor.
Sounds delicious. Once the meatballs and spaghetti are ready, we can toss them in the tomato sauce.
That's the idea. We can serve the spaghetti topped with meatballs and sprinkle some grated Parmesan cheese on top.
It's making my mouth water already. I can't wait to dig in. Is there anything else we need for the meal?
We can have a side salad with some fresh greens and a simple vinaigrette dressing to balance out the flavors.
That's a great idea. A side salad will add some freshness to the meal. Should we prepare it now?
We can prepare the salad while the pasta is cooking. Let's wash and chop the vegetables and whisk together the dressing.
Sounds like a plan. I'll handle the chopping, and you can make the dressing. What dressing do you suggest?
A simple vinaigrette with olive oil, vinegar, Dijon mustard, honey, salt, and pepper should work well.
Perfect. Once everything is ready, we can sit down, enjoy our delicious pasta dinner, and savor the flavors.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to a cozy and satisfying meal. Let's get started with the preparations.
I'm excited too. Let's make this dinner a memorable one. I'll get the ingredients, and we'll make a fantastic meal together.
That's the spirit. Let's make it a fun and enjoyable cooking experience. I can't wait to taste your amazing pasta.
Lesson 9: Smooth travels, online check-in or airport check-in?
Hi Anna, when traveling, do we need to check in online, or can we do it at the airport?
Hi John. In most cases, you have the option to check in either online or at the airport. It depends on your preference and the airline's policies. Have you tried online check-in before?
I haven't tried online check-in yet. Is it a convenient option, or should I stick to checking in at the airport?
Online check-in can be quite convenient. It allows you to save time by avoiding long queues at the airport. You can usually check in within 24 hours before your flight.
That sounds appealing. Are there any specific advantages to checking in at the airport instead?
Checking in at the airport can be beneficial if you have special requests or need assistance with seat selection. The airline staff can address any concerns you may have in person.
I see. So, if I have any specific needs or preferences, it's better to check in at the airport. Otherwise, online check in should work fine.
Exactly. Online check-in is generally suitable for most travelers, especially those with carry-on luggage only. It provides a hassle-free experience.
That's good to know. I usually prefer traveling light with just a carry on bag. I'll give online check in a try for my next trip. Any tips for a smooth online check in process?
Make sure to have your travel documents and passport details readily available. Double-check the airline's website or mobile app for specific instructions and any required information.
Having all the necessary documents and information on hand is essential. I'll make sure to be prepared. Thank you for the advice.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Remember to also check the baggage allowance and any restrictions before completing the online check-in process.
Baggage allowance and restrictions, duly noted. I'll be mindful of those as well. Here's to smooth travels, whether checking in online or at the airport.
Lesson 10: Sharing the Pie, Dividing Profits and Expenses.
Hi Anna, when starting a business together, another crucial point is the division of profits and expenses. How should we approach this?
Hi John. Dividing profits and expenses in a business partnership requires careful consideration and open communication. Have you thought about any specific approaches?
I believe a fair and transparent approach is key. One option could be dividing profits and expenses based on the percentage of each partner's investment. What do you think?
That's a common approach, known as proportional sharing. It ensures that each partner receives a share of the profits and is responsible for a corresponding portion of the expenses. However, other methods exist too.
What are some alternative methods for dividing profits and expenses?
Another method is the equal sharing approach, where partners split profits and expenses equally, regardless of their individual investments. This can promote a sense of equality and collaboration.
Equal sharing does sound appealing, especially if both partners contribute equally in terms of effort and time. Are there any other methods we should consider?
Yes, there's also the performance-based approach. In this method, profits and expenses are divided based on each partner's individual contribution to the business's success. It rewards those who bring exceptional value.
That's an interesting approach. It encourages partners to go the extra mile and rewards their efforts accordingly. How should we decide which method is best for our partnership?
It's crucial to have an open and honest discussion with your partner. Consider each other's expectations, investment amounts, and the overall goals of the business. Finding a method that aligns with your values and objectives is key.
Communication and alignment are definitely important. We should have a thorough conversation to ensure everyone is on the same page. Thank you for the guidance.
Lesson 11, Jet Setting for Business, London and Paris.
Hi Anna, I'm flying from London to Paris next week for a business trip. Any tips or recommendations for traveling between these two cities?
Hi John. How exciting! Traveling between London and Paris can be a breeze. Have you considered the different transportation options available?
I've heard about the Eurostar train that connects the two cities. Is that a convenient choice?
Absolutely. The Eurostar is a popular and efficient mode of transportation. It provides a seamless journey from London to Paris, with minimal travel time and the added advantage of avoiding airport hassles.
That sounds great. What about flights? Are there any direct flights between London and Paris?
Yes, several airlines offer direct flights between London and Paris. It's a quick and convenient option, especially if you're short on time. Just make sure to check for flight schedules and compare prices.
I'll definitely consider both options. Now, regarding transportation within the cities, are there any specific modes of transport you recommend?
In London, the Underground, also known as the Tube, is an efficient way to get around. It covers most areas of the city. In Paris, the Metro is a similar option, with an extensive network connecting various neighborhoods.
I'll keep that in mind. How about getting from the airports to the city centers?
In London, you can use the Heathrow Express or the Gatwick Express, depending on which airport you're flying into. In Paris, the RER train or airport shuttles can take you to the city center.
Good to know. I'll check the airport transportation options for both cities. Any recommendations for places to visit or things to do during my free time?
In London, you can explore iconic landmarks like the Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, and the British Museum. In Paris, don't miss the Eiffel Tower, Louvre Museum, and Notre Dame Cathedral.
Those are fantastic suggestions. I'll try to make time to visit some of those attractions. Thank you for all the helpful information.
Lesson 12, The Cost Conundrum, Reaching a Fair Agreement.
Hi Anna, let's discuss the cost implications and reach a fair agreement on that matter. How do you suggest we approach this?
Hi John. When it comes to costs, transparency and open communication are key. I believe we should start by outlining all the expenses involved. Have you made a list?
Absolutely. I've compiled a detailed list of all the expenses we anticipate, including supplies, marketing, and operational costs. It's important to have a clear understanding of what we're dealing with.
That's great. Now, let's talk about how we can divide these costs. One approach could be splitting them equally between us. What are your thoughts on that?
Splitting the costs equally seems fair, especially if we both have an equal stake in the business. However, have you considered any alternative methods?
Yes, another approach could be dividing the costs proportionally based on each partner's investment. This ensures that each partner contributes according to their financial commitment.
That's a valid point. It gives a sense of balance and fairness. What about ongoing expenses? How should we handle those?
For ongoing expenses, we could establish a budget and contribute a predetermined percentage of our profits to cover them. This way, we share the financial responsibility while considering the profitability of the business.
That sounds like a practical approach. It aligns the costs with the business's performance. Are there any other factors we should consider in reaching a fair agreement?
Absolutely. It's important to consider the value of non-monetary contributions as well, such as time and expertise. We should acknowledge and factor in the different ways we contribute to the business's success.
I completely agree. Non-monetary contributions hold significant value and should be recognized. Let's make sure we account for them in our agreement. Thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome. It's crucial to have a comprehensive and inclusive agreement that takes into account all aspects. This will ensure a fair and harmonious partnership.
Indeed, a well-rounded agreement is essential for a successful partnership. I appreciate your input. Let's work together to finalize the cost arrangement and move forward with our business plans.
Absolutely. I'm confident that we can reach an agreement that benefits both of us. Here's to a prosperous and cost-effective partnership.
Cheers to that. Together, we'll navigate the cost conundrum and build a thriving business.
Lesson 13, Fruitful Choices, Exploring Your Preferred Fruits.
Hi Anna, I'm curious, which fruits do you usually buy? I'm looking to incorporate more variety into my diet.
Hello. I'm glad you're interested in adding more fruits to your diet. Some of my go-to fruits include apples, bananas, and strawberries. They're versatile and readily available. What about you?
Apples and bananas are definitely on my list too. I also enjoy oranges and grapes. I find them refreshing and easy to snack on. Any other fruits you recommend?
Absolutely. Pineapples and mangoes are delicious tropical fruits that bring a burst of flavor. Watermelons are great during the summer, and blueberries are packed with antioxidants. It's worth giving them a try.
Those sound enticing. I'll make sure to pick up some pineapples and mangoes next time. Do you have any tips for selecting ripe and fresh fruits?
When choosing fruits, look for vibrant colors and a firm texture. For example, ripe bananas have a yellow peel with no green spots. With berries, make sure they're plump and not mushy. Trust your senses.
That's helpful advice. I'll keep an eye out for those characteristics. How about buying fruits in season? Is it something you prioritize?
Absolutely, buying fruits in season ensures optimal flavor and affordability. It's also more sustainable since they're locally grown. Farmers markets are great for finding seasonal fruits. Have you ever tried them?
I haven't explored farmers markets much, but it sounds like a great way to discover fresh and seasonal produce. I'll definitely check them out. Any particular fruits I should look for there?
Farmers markets often have a wide variety of fruits. Keep an eye out for unique finds like heirloom apples, specialty berries, or exotic fruits. It's a chance to discover something new and support local growers.
That sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to exploring farmers markets and trying out different fruits. Thank you for sharing your insights.
Lesson 14, Solo Journey, The Power of Planning.
Hi Anna, I'm thinking of embarking on my first solo travel adventure. Do you have any tips for staying organized and having a backup plan?
Hi John. That's exciting. When it comes to solo travel, staying organized is crucial. Start by creating a detailed itinerary and keeping important documents handy. Have you considered using a travel app?
I haven't thought about using a travel app, but it sounds like a helpful tool. Which one do you recommend?
One popular travel app is TripIt. It allows you to organize all your travel details in one place, including flights, accommodations, and activities. It can also send you real-time updates and reminders.
That sounds convenient. I'll definitely look into TripIt for organizing my travel plans. What about having a backup plan? How do you approach that?
It's always a good idea to have a backup plan. Research alternative routes, transportation options, and nearby accommodations. This way, if any unexpected changes occur, you'll be prepared.
That makes sense. Flexibility is key. I'll make sure to have alternative options in mind. What about safety? Any tips for solo travelers in that regard?
Safety is paramount. Share your itinerary with a trusted friend or family member. Stay vigilant, especially in crowded areas, and be cautious with your belongings. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely, safety should never be compromised. I'll inform someone of my travel plans and remain cautious throughout my journey. Are there any other organizational tips you can share?
Yes, consider making digital copies of important documents like your passport, insurance, and travel reservations. Store them securely in cloud storage or email them to yourself. It can be a lifesaver in case of loss or theft.
That's a great suggestion. I'll make sure to have digital copies of my essential documents. It provides an extra layer of security. Thank you for all these valuable tips.
Lesson 15, Global Tongues, Most Widely Spoken Languages.
Hi Anna, I'm curious, which languages do you think are the most commonly spoken in the world? I find it fascinating to learn about different languages and their reach.
Hi. That's a great question. The five most widely spoken languages in the world are Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, English, Hindi, and Arabic. They have a significant number of speakers globally.
Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, English, Hindi, and Arabic. Those are indeed diverse languages. I'm familiar with English, but I'd love to explore the others too. Have you studied any of them?
I've studied Spanish and a bit of Arabic. Spanish is widely spoken in many countries, making it useful for travel and cultural immersion. Arabic has its own unique beauty and is spoken across the Middle East.
That's impressive. I agree, learning a language opens doors to new cultures and experiences. I'll consider exploring Spanish and Arabic in the future. Are there any interesting facts about these languages?
Absolutely. Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the world, with over a billion speakers. English is often called the global language of business and is widely used in international communication.
Mandarin Chinese, being the most spoken language, is truly remarkable. And English's status as a global language is undeniable. What about Spanish, Hindi, and Arabic? Any intriguing aspects?
Spanish is the second most spoken language globally, and it has the second highest number of native speakers. Hindi is one of India's official languages and holds cultural significance. Arabic has a rich history and is the liturgical language of Islam.
Wow, there's so much to learn about each language's significance and influence. I'm motivated to dive deeper into their cultures. Are there any resources or language learning apps you recommend?
Duolingo is a popular language learning app that offers courses in all these languages. It's user-friendly and provides interactive lessons to help you get started. It's a great way to begin your language learning journey.
Duolingo sounds like a fantastic tool. I'll definitely give it a try. Thank you for sharing all this valuable information. It's truly fascinating.
Lesson 16, Networking Success, Making the Most of Events.
Hi Anna, I'm attending a networking event next week, and I want to make it worthwhile. Any tips on how to approach these events and make meaningful connections?
Hi John. Networking events can be valuable opportunities. Firstly, set clear goals for the event. What kind of connections are you looking to make? Are there specific industries or professionals you want to engage with?
That's a great point. I'll define my goals and target audience beforehand. Any suggestions on how to initiate conversations and make a good impression?
Start by introducing yourself with confidence and a friendly smile. Ask open-ended questions to show genuine interest in the other person. Active listening is key. It helps build rapport and allows for meaningful conversations.
I'll keep that in mind. Active listening and showing genuine interest are essential for establishing connections. How do you follow up after a networking event to maintain those connections?
Following up is crucial. Within a day or two, send personalized emails or LinkedIn messages to express your appreciation for the conversation. Mention something specific you discussed to jog their memory.
That's a valuable tip. Personalized follow-ups show that you were attentive during the event. What about exchanging business cards? Is it still relevant in this digital age?
Absolutely, business cards remain relevant. They provide a tangible reminder of your interaction. Make sure your cards are professional and include essential contact information and any relevant social media handles.
Good to know that business cards still hold value. I'll make sure to have them ready. Are there any networking event etiquette tips that I should be aware of?
Yes, there are a few etiquette tips to keep in mind. Dress professionally, be mindful of personal space, and avoid monopolizing conversations. Remember to follow any event-specific guidelines and respect others' time.
Dressing professionally and respecting others' boundaries are important aspects to remember. I'll make sure to be mindful of those. Thank you for sharing these valuable insights.
Lesson 17, Savory Secrets, Sharing Soup Recipes.
Hi Anna, I tried your soup, and the taste is fantastic. How do you make it? I'd love to learn your recipe.
Hi John. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's a simple recipe. I start by sautéing onions and garlic in olive oil, then add diced vegetables like carrots, celery, and potatoes. I let them cook for a few minutes.
That sounds delicious. Sautéing the onions and garlic must add a wonderful flavor. What's the next step?
After the vegetables have cooked slightly, I pour in vegetable or chicken broth and bring it to a boil. Then, I reduce the heat and let it simmer until the vegetables are tender.
Simmering the soup allows the flavors to develop nicely. What about the seasoning? Do you add any herbs or spices?
Yes, I like to add a bay leaf, some thyme, and a pinch of black pepper for seasoning. It gives the soup a subtle yet delightful taste. I also adjust the salt according to my preference.
The combination of bay leaf, thyme, and black pepper sounds wonderful. It must enhance the overall flavor of the soup. Is there anything else you add?
Towards the end, I usually add some chopped fresh parsley for a fresh and vibrant touch. It adds a pop of color and a hint of freshness to the soup.
The addition of fresh parsley adds a lovely visual appeal and freshness to the dish. It must make it even more appetizing. Any final steps before serving?
Once the soup is ready, I remove the bay leaf, garnish it with some additional parsley if desired, and serve it hot with some crusty bread on the side.
That sounds like a comforting and satisfying meal. I can't wait to try making it myself. Thank you for sharing your recipe.
Lesson 18, Project Clarity, Understanding Objectives.
Hi Anna, have you already reviewed the project objectives? I have. Are we clear about the goals we need to achieve?
Hi John. Yes, I've gone through the project objectives thoroughly. The goals are well defined and align with the overall vision. I believe we have a clear understanding.
That's great to hear. Clarity regarding the project objectives is crucial for a successful outcome. Did you notice any specific milestones or deadlines?
Absolutely. I found several milestones and deadlines mentioned in the project documentation. It helps us track progress and ensures timely completion of key tasks.
Excellent. Clear milestones and deadlines provide a roadmap for our work. Did you come across any budgetary constraints or resource limitations?
Yes, the project documentation highlights budgetary constraints and resource limitations. It's important to be mindful of these factors while planning and executing our tasks.
Being aware of budgetary and resource limitations is essential for effective project management. Did you find any information about the key stakeholders involved?
Yes, the project documentation identifies the key stakeholders. It includes their roles, responsibilities, and their level of involvement in decision-making processes.
Understanding the key stakeholders and their roles is crucial for effective communication and collaboration. Did you come across any risks or potential challenges?
Yes, the project documentation outlines potential risks and challenges. It helps us prepare contingency plans and mitigation strategies to ensure smooth progress.
Identifying and addressing potential risks and challenges is vital for project success. Did you find any information about the desired project outcomes or deliverables?
Absolutely. The project documentation clearly defines the desired outcomes and deliverables. It provides a clear vision of what we need to achieve by the end.
Having a clear understanding of the desired outcomes and deliverables helps us stay focused and work towards a common goal. Did you find any information about the project timeline?
Yes, the project documentation includes a timeline that outlines the planned duration for each phase and the overall project duration.
Having a well-defined project timeline helps us manage our time effectively and ensures timely completion. Is there anything else you discovered during your review?
Apart from the mentioned aspects, I also found details about the project scope, stakeholders' expectations, and the communication channels to be used.
Understanding the project scope, managing stakeholder expectations, and utilizing appropriate communication channels are all essential for project success. Thank you for sharing your findings.
Lesson 19: Navigating the Neighborhood, Finding the Clinic.
Hi Anna, do you know how far the clinic is from here? I need to see a doctor, and I'm not familiar with the area.
Hi John. The clinic is just a few blocks away from here. It's within walking distance. Do you want me to give you directions?
That would be helpful. I appreciate your assistance. How should I get there? Are there any landmarks I should look out for?
Sure. From here, you need to head straight down this street for 2 blocks. Then, take a right turn at the intersection. The clinic will be on your left side. Look out for a big red sign with the clinic's name.
Got it. Straight for 2 blocks, right turn at the intersection, and I'll find the clinic on the left with a big red sign. Is it easy to spot?
Yes, the clinic is quite visible with its distinctive red sign. If you happen to miss it, you can ask someone nearby, and they will be able to guide you.
That's good to know. It's always helpful to have locals who can provide directions. Is the clinic open on weekends as well?
Yes, the clinic is open on weekends. They have slightly reduced hours, but you should be able to see a doctor. It's best to call ahead and check their availability.
I'll make sure to call beforehand. Thank you for letting me know. Are there any public transportation options to reach the clinic?
Yes, there's a bus stop just a block away from here. You can take bus number 15, and it will drop you off right in front of the clinic.
That's convenient. Taking the bus would be a good option. Are there any parking facilities near the clinic if I decide to drive?
Yes, there's a parking lot adjacent to the clinic building. It's a paid parking facility, but it's quite spacious, so you should be able to find a spot easily.
That's reassuring. Having a parking lot nearby makes it convenient for those who prefer to drive. Is there anything else I should know before heading to the clinic?
Just make sure to bring your identification and any relevant medical documents or insurance information. It will streamline the registration process at the clinic.
I'll make sure to gather all the necessary documents. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate your help in finding the clinic.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could assist you. I hope you feel better soon. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
I will. Thanks again for your guidance and support. It's comforting to have someone familiar with the area. Take care.
Lesson 20, Company Fit, Motivations and Aspirations.
Hi Anna, I'm curious, why do you want to work for our company? I've heard great things about it, but I'd like to know your perspective.
Hi John. Well, I've done some research, and your company's innovative approach and commitment to sustainability really resonate with me. I'm seeking a workplace that aligns with my values.
That's interesting. Finding a company that aligns with our values is crucial for long-term satisfaction. Are there any specific projects or initiatives that caught your attention?
Absolutely. I was particularly drawn to the company's recent project on renewable energy. I'm passionate about environmental conservation, and being part of such initiatives would be fulfilling.
It's great to hear that. Working on projects that align with our passions can bring a sense of purpose to our careers. Have you also considered the company culture?
Yes. I've heard that your company fosters a collaborative and inclusive culture. I believe in the power of teamwork and diversity, and I think I would thrive in such an environment.
Collaboration and inclusivity are indeed important aspects of a healthy work culture. They contribute to a positive and supportive atmosphere. Is there anything specific about the company's reputation that attracted you?
Well, your company has a reputation for being a leader in the industry. I admire the level of expertise and the impact it has made in the market. Joining a reputable organization like this would be a valuable experience.
Being part of a well-respected and influential company can provide tremendous growth opportunities. Have you thought about how this role aligns with your career aspirations?
Yes. The role seems to offer a perfect blend of challenge and growth. It aligns with my long-term goal of becoming a project manager, allowing me to develop my skills and contribute to meaningful projects.
That's fantastic. Finding a role that aligns with our career aspirations sets us on a fulfilling path. Have you had any interactions with current or former employees of the company?
Yes. I had the chance to connect with a few employees through professional networks. They spoke highly of the company's supportive culture and the opportunities for professional development.
It's always valuable to gather insights from current or former employees. Their experiences can give us a deeper understanding of what it's like to work within the organization. Have you considered the company's future prospects and growth potential?
Absolutely. I researched the company's market position and growth projections. The potential for expansion and the exciting opportunities ahead make it an attractive place to grow my career.
Assessing the company's future prospects is a wise move. It's important to join an organization that has a promising outlook. Is there anything else that influenced your decision to pursue this opportunity?
One more thing. The company's commitment to employee development and work-life balance really stood out to me. I believe in maintaining a healthy work-life harmony, and it's encouraging to see that value reflected here.
Prioritizing employee development and work life balance is essential for creating a positive work environment. It's great that the company shares those values. Thank you for sharing your motivations.
Lesson 21, Finding Special Gifts, a Shopping Adventure.
Hi Anna, how about we find some special gifts for our loved ones today? It's always nice to surprise them with something unique.
Hi John. That sounds like a great idea. I love shopping for special gifts. Where should we start our shopping adventure?
Well, how about we begin at the local artisan market? They have a wide array of handmade and one-of-a-kind items that would make perfect gifts.
That's a fantastic suggestion. I enjoy supporting local artists, and their creations often have a personal touch. What type of gift are you looking for?
I'm thinking of getting a custom piece of jewelry for my sister. She loves unique accessories. How about you? Any specific ideas for your loved ones?
I'm considering a personalized photo album for my parents. They cherish memories, and I think a thoughtful collection of photographs would be a heartfelt gift.
That's a beautiful idea. Personalized gifts make a lasting impression. Shall we explore the market and see what catches our attention?
Absolutely. Let's take our time and browse through the stalls. We might discover some hidden gems along the way. Do you have any particular stall in mind?
I've heard great things about the jewelry stall near the entrance. They have unique designs and can even customize pieces according to your preferences.
That sounds promising. Let's head there first and see if they have something that matches your sister's style. I'm excited to see what they offer.
Excellent. I'm sure we'll find something special there. After we're done, we can move on to the section with handmade crafts. They often have personalized items as well.
That's a great plan. Handmade crafts have a certain charm to them. I'm sure we'll find something perfect for my parents in that section.
Let's explore each stall and take our time. It's not just about finding the right gift but also enjoying the overall experience of discovering unique items.
I completely agree. Shopping for gifts should be an enjoyable experience. We can also ask the vendors for recommendations and hear stories behind their creations.
Absolutely. Engaging with the vendors adds a personal touch to the gifts we choose. It's fascinating to learn about the inspiration behind each piece.
It's like unwrapping a story along with the gift. I find that aspect truly special. Plus, the vendors can provide insights on how to care for the items.
That's a great point. Knowing how to care for the gifts ensures their longevity. It's always helpful to have those tips from the experts themselves.
Definitely. We want the gifts to be cherished for a long time. Let's make sure to ask about any special care instructions while we explore the market.
Sounds like a plan. Let's embark on this shopping adventure and find those special gifts that will bring joy to our loved ones. I can't wait to see their reactions.
Lesson 22, Exploring Car Preferences, Size, and Popularity.
Hi Anna, have you noticed how medium-sized cars are quite popular here? I'm curious about people's preferences when it comes to car sizes.
Hi John. Yes, it's interesting to see the popularity of medium-sized cars. I wonder what factors contribute to their appeal. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, I think medium-sized cars strike a balance between functionality and maneuverability. They offer enough space for passengers and cargo without being too bulky.
That makes sense. Medium-sized cars are versatile and can accommodate different needs. They are suitable for both city driving and longer trips.
Exactly. They provide a comfortable driving experience while still being practical for everyday use. Have you ever considered getting a medium-sized car yourself?
I have. I appreciate the convenience and flexibility that medium-sized cars offer. They seem like a good fit for my lifestyle. What about you?
I've been considering it too. The idea of having a car that's spacious enough for my needs but not too large to navigate through traffic is appealing.
It's important to find a car that suits our individual preferences and requirements. Have you looked into any specific models or brands?
I've been researching a few options. I'm drawn to a couple of medium-sized models from reputable brands known for their reliability and safety features.
Researching different models and brands is a smart approach. It helps us make an informed decision and find a car that meets our expectations.
Absolutely. It's crucial to consider factors like fuel efficiency, maintenance costs, and available features when selecting a car. What features are important to you?
Safety features are a priority for me. I value advanced driver assistance systems and technologies that enhance overall safety on the road.
Safety is definitely a top concern. It's reassuring to have those features that help prevent accidents and protect both the driver and passengers.
Absolutely. We should also consider factors like comfort, technology integration, and the overall driving experience. It's about finding the right balance.
That's a great point. The driving experience plays a significant role in our satisfaction with the car. It's worth test driving different models to gauge that.
I agree. Test driving allows us to experience firsthand how the car handles, its responsiveness, and overall comfort. It's a crucial step in the decision-making process.
Once we've gathered all the necessary information and test driven a few options, we can narrow down our choices and make a well informed decision.
Lesson 23: Financial Advice, Consulting a Professional.
Hi Anna, have you ever considered consulting a financial advisor? They can provide valuable guidance for managing our finances.
Hi John. Yes, I've thought about it. A financial advisor can help us make informed decisions and create a solid financial plan. Have you consulted one before?
I haven't, but I've been contemplating seeking their expertise. It's crucial to have a professional assess our financial situation and offer tailored advice.
Absolutely. Financial advisors can provide insights on investment opportunities, retirement planning, and strategies to achieve our financial goals.
That's precisely what I'm looking for. I want to ensure that I'm making the most of my resources and securing a stable financial future.
It's a wise decision. A financial advisor can help us assess our risk tolerance, diversify our investments, and navigate potential financial pitfalls.
I completely agree. Their expertise can save us from making costly mistakes and optimize our financial decisions. Do you have any recommendations for finding a reliable advisor?
Research is essential. We can start by asking for recommendations from friends or family members who have had positive experiences with financial advisors.
That's a good idea. Personal referrals can give us a sense of trust and confidence in the advisor's abilities. We can also read online reviews and check their credentials.
Absolutely. It's important to ensure that the advisor we choose is qualified and registered with the appropriate regulatory bodies.
Once we narrow down our options, we can schedule initial consultations with a few advisors to discuss our financial goals and assess their compatibility with our needs.
That's a crucial step. A face-to-face meeting allows us to gauge the advisor's communication style, professionalism, and level of understanding.
During the consultation, we can also inquire about their fee structure and how they are compensated. It's important to have clarity on this aspect as well.
Definitely. Transparency regarding fees and potential conflicts of interest is essential. We want to work with an advisor whose interests align with ours.
Once we find the right financial advisor, we can collaborate with them to create a comprehensive financial plan that addresses our short-term and long-term goals.
That's the ultimate objective. A solid financial plan will provide us with a roadmap for achieving financial stability, growth, and peace of mind.
I'm excited to take this step. Consulting a financial advisor will give us confidence in our financial decisions and help us maximize our financial potential.
It's a significant investment in our future. Let's take the necessary steps to find a trustworthy advisor who can guide us towards financial success.
Thank you. I wish you the best of luck in your search for a reliable financial advisor. Let's take control of our financial well-being together.